News, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and blustery good morning to you. I hope your day's going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, taking a look outside and seeing not only a whole lot of clouds, but a few flurries flying around. And as we go through the remainder of the day, we're going to see those flurries fly around even more, and we'll see a few more flurries also. Probably looking at 1 to 3 inches of snow if the wind wasn't blowing by a little bit later on tomorrow. But you won't even know how many inches of snow you do get in your backyard because the wind is really going to be blowing it around. We've had some gusts close to 35 miles per hour a little bit earlier this morning coming out of the southwest, but it tapers off a little bit and then it picks up more, and we are looking for gusts of more than 40 later on this afternoon, tonight, and during especially the morning hours tomorrow morning. Winter storm warnings are up across all the northern sections of the Lower Peninsula, as well as the Upper Peninsula. And we're also looking at some winter weather advisories as close to us as Gratiot County and Clare County, Isabella County, those areas. But fortunately for us, if you don't want snow and you've got a lot of traveling to do, you won't have a whole lot to contend with during the day today and tonight. But as we go into the morning hours tomorrow morning, because it is going to be snowing, variable amounts of snow, not a whole lot, but the wind whipping that across the roadways is going to slicken things up. So the morning commute tomorrow morning could be a little bit interesting. So plan on giving yourself a lot more time if you do have to do some traveling late tonight in the morning hours tomorrow morning. Matthew, what do we have right now on the thermometer?
Currently, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 28. Over in Midland, it's also cloudy at 28. Here at Radio Center, it's cloudy at 27. We have south winds at 21, gusting up to 36 miles per hour. And our pressure's at 29.61, and it's falling.
Wind chill right now is at 15. We will have single-digit wind chills tonight and over a good portion of the day tomorrow. So it is just simply going to feel very, very cold. We're looking for a high today. If we can stretch it a little bit, we should work our way pretty close to 32 degrees. Again, mostly cloudy skies. Winter storm warnings a little bit further north. And again, those wind chills that we're looking at, 32 degrees, wind chill right around 14, 13 as we go through the afternoon. A little bit better chance of seeing measurable amount of snow, even with the wind, over in the thumb area. The front itself, the wind shift line is going to be moving through a little bit later on this afternoon. That is going to change the direction of our wind. As Matthew said, we have been looking at a south and a southwest breeze. We're going to be looking at a northwest breeze, west this evening, and then northwest during the day tomorrow. And it's not really going to back off anything as far as the miles per hour goes. 21 for a low tonight. Sun will set this evening at 5 o'clock, rise tomorrow morning at 7:54, and you won't see sunset or sunrise tomorrow morning. 30 degrees is our projected high for tomorrow. Clouds, some snow showers around. As I said, accumulating snow over in Michigan's thumb. That is a function of a northwest wind and the water of Saginaw Bay and Lake Huron. So that's what's going to generate the measurable amount of snow. They will have some snow squalls up there. So if you are going to be traveling on M25 and some of the main highways, especially in Huron County, as well as eastern Tuscola and Sanilac counties, you will run into some pretty slick roads, again, late tonight and over a good part of the day tomorrow. 16 for a low tomorrow night. Then on Friday, clouds, glimpses of sun, spotty snow showers around. But I think the best chance of seeing any spotty snow on Friday is going to be later in the day and the evening hours. 29 is our projected high for Friday. 15 is our projected low on Friday night. Then moving into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be looking at cloudy skies on Saturday. Temperatures will be running about 35 degrees on Saturday. Saturday night will only drop off to 32. That's because a high pressure system, which is causing the cold air right now, is going to be drifting down into southern Illinois, southern Indiana, and that's going to begin to draft some warmer air and push it up into our direction. So Saturday is going to be a transition day, middle 30s for a high with clouds still around on Saturday night, 32 for a low. Then on Sunday, we're going to be looking at some sun. 44 is our projected high right now for Sunday, 38 with a chance of precipitation on Sunday night. Now, I say chance of precipitation. I think we're going to see rain showers. I think we're going to see the liquid stuff, because in the forecast for Monday and Tuesday of next week, we are going to be looking at middle 40s for a high on Monday, 40 degrees for a high on Tuesday, and nighttime lows will be in the middle 30s. So Monday and Tuesday, pretty good chance of seeing measurable amount of precipitation in the form of rain showers. Long range now, and now we're talking the 9th through the 17th. Temperatures will be running much above normal for this time of the year. Precipitation values will be above average as well. Record high in this state, 64. That was set in 1941 and tied in 2012. The record low is 3, and that was set in 1935. The coldest ever, 4th of December, was in 2002. The warmest ever was in 1941. 64 was our high, 44 was our low. The most amount of snow on this date in the Great Lakes Bay Area, 5 inches. And that was set back in 1964. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, who do we have?
Up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But first of all, this reminder, the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. You know, they can help. They do have lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. See how they can help you by stopping by any of their more than 30 locations all across the mid-Michigan area and the Great Lakes Bay and Michigan's thumb. Frankenmuth Credit Union, they can become your hometown financial solution. So find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. Along with us, we have Cody Harris this morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing today?
Hey, we're doing pretty good, Cody. How's everything going for you today?
Well, other than it being pretty windy outside and the market's kind of taking a turnaround Wednesday, everything's going well.
Boy, you're a turnaround on the markets?
Yeah, it seems like, we had a little bit of gains yesterday, but it seems like some weather pressure from South America is definitely kind of leaking in and definitely dominating the news here today, and that's really pressuring the markets. We're kind of down across the board, with soybeans definitely taking the brunt of that hit here this morning.
So again, we're talking a lot of pressure because of South America?
Yeah, kind of looking at it, and they're definitely focusing on weather. That weather, at least for the next few weeks, points to a lot of rain for much of Brazil and Paraguay. And I know even though Argentina may be a bit dry, it seems like the extended forecast models, that 9 to 15-day portion of the models, seems to call for a lot more rain in Argentina. And then kind of as you dive into that, it just looks at some private crop scouts. They're projecting just a sharply higher corn production number and a lot bigger, especially total soybean number. I think the soybean number I was looking here today, some estimations are kind of 900 million bushels above last year. So I think that's really where you're getting a lot of pressure here midweek.
So as far as export news, do we have anything new or coming that you've been able to find out?
Well, I know kind of looking at what's really been driving, I guess, the corn market here as of late has definitely been some export demand. I know China kind of has not been or has been absent as far as that, but we've really been able to keep pace with the USDA expectations, and that mostly has to do with Mexico. Mexico really front-end loaded their corn demand, so something to keep an eye on is to see if there's still step in the market as we kind of go into the new year. But a lot of experts are saying that there might be a little lull in buying ahead unless China does step in. But as far as everything kind of goes, it seems like China is definitely the big factor as far as corn, soybeans, and wheat are concerned. It seems like China being a little absent is definitely hurting a little bit of export demand, but we're definitely picking it up with internal U.S. demand. I know as far as soybeans are concerned, crushing and oil demand has really been positive for the last couple of weeks and really keeping that market sustained. And that's what we're looking at moving forward. It seems like both corn and soybean U.S. demand is really holding strong as we look into the new year.
So right now on the board at Star of the West, what do you have?
Right now we got cash wheat. That's down 6 at the moment. 517 on the white, 442 on the red. New crop 2025 wheat, that's down 5. 557 on the white, 472 on the red. Then looking at corn, cash and new crop corn is down 2 at 355. And cash and new crop soybeans are down 9 at 893.
You have a good day, Cody.
Thank you. You as well.
Will do. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. Over to Oppenheimer we go with Doug Klein. The Market Report brought to you by Thumb Bank, serving the needs of agriculture for well over 100 years. We're talking close to 130 out there. They help you stay to date, Mr. Farmer, on industry trends and the trends of your operation. So if you're in the ag business, you bet. In business itself, they can help. Thumb Bank, with locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region. Thumb Bank and Trust, where relationships are built on trust, equal opportunity lender, and member FDIC. Market Report also brought to you by Schaefer and Beerline. If you're in the market for a new Ram professional truck or a Ram heavy-duty truck, and you want to buy with confidence from a business-linked dealer that knows what customer satisfaction truly is, it is time to go to Schaefer and Beerline in Frankenmuth, where family and service sell cars. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
A little breezy day out there.
Yeah, I'm going to stay inside.
Yeah, and the boys in Chicago, it's not only windy there, but they had a wind chill this morning of 5 below.
So they stayed home. All the buyers stayed home then.
Evidently.
I get it.
Evidently.
I get it.
I'm looking at this. Des Moines, Iowa, the wind chill was 8 below. Minneapolis, St. Paul was 13 below. Chicago was 8 below. And Ironwood was at 5 below. And I mean, they're almost further north than all of them, with the exception maybe of Minneapolis. I got to take a look and see, but Ironwood's right up there. But yeah, it's beginning to feel a whole lot more like winter. And I hope these traders get off the schneid and generate a little heat here.
Well, all the positive sentiment is around technology. Salesforce.com had their earnings, and they're totally wrapped up in AI. I mean, they were AI before AI was AI. So they're just absolutely on fire, and they reignited all the tech companies going straight through the roof, and the stock markets. The S&P hit an all-time high, the NASDAQ hit an all-time high. Sentiment for the stock market cleared 100 on a scale of 1 to 100. So that kind of puts you, kind of gives you perspective on how positive people are on the stock market. Kind of reminds me of when corn was $8 and you could take 100,000 bushel of corn to buy that combine. It'll still cost you 100,000 bushel of corn, but both of them are in half as far as the cost goes. So, did you really lose money on that deal? I don't know.
I don't know. $8 corn. My gosh, that seemed like centuries ago. Yeah.
Well, on the bright side, coffee hit a 50-year high today. How about that?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, right?
Well, now what? Juan Valdez is working on minimum wage now? Is that the reason why?
Yeah. Right.
Plus he gets all of his insurance and he gets paid time off and all that stuff now.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But Dow Chemical hit a new low today, and Anheuser-Busch hit a new low today. Those two guys are still struggling. Campbell Soup had their earnings, and they raised their dividend, and they kind of sort of missed on earnings. So they're down, not quite to a new low, but a couple bucks off their old low that was set about a year ago. So still the food stocks are struggling. Well, that's about what goes on right now. So here's your numbers. The March corn 4.30 1/4 down 2. September corn 4.25 1/4 down 1 3/4. March soybeans 9.88 1/2 down 8 3/4. September soybeans 9.97 3/4 down 7. The March wheat 541 1/2 down 6, and September wheat 569 down 5 1/4. So crude oil was up this morning, now down a little, 69.48 down 46 cents. Heating oil is 218 1/2 down 3 1/4 cents. Gasoline 196 1/4, pretty much unchanged. Natural gas is $3, that is down 4 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.4073 Canadian, that's up 5 ticks. The dollar buys 150.21 yen, up 62 ticks. The euro's at 105.22, up 13 ticks. The dollar's at 106.19, down 17 ticks. Gold is at 26.5710, up $12.40. Silver's 31.40, up 33 cents. Platinum's 956.40, down $4. And copper's 420.30, up 1/10 of a penny.
Squeezing that one out.
There you go.
There you go. You have a good one, Doug.
Thanks. Yep,
we'll talk to you again. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks, trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Very competitive prices on those parts and service. Well over 45 years they've been doing it. 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget they're open till 11 p.m. weekdays. Farm Service also brought to you by Quality Roasting of Reese. They're offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. So give them a call for a quote today. Matthew, coming up, who do we have?
Up next, we have Jerry Samolsky from the Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville, and we also have Ed Garber from Nutrien Ag.
But first, this.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden. But it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Friday, bonus pricing has been extended at Rifkin Steel.
At Golden Harvest, we know that to thrive in the wild north, you have to be built for it. Introducing the hawk, the grizzly, and the wolf. 3-corn hybrids bred for powerful performance. Like apex predators, Wild North hybrids are strong and fierce, ready to face the toughest agronomic threats and stand tall all season long. Enter the wild. Visit hybridsbuiltforthenorth.com.
Jerry Samolsky joining us right now from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Getting a little blustery out there, Jerry.
Oh my, is it ever. We've got the guys inside today. We do have a little human side to us. It'd be pretty ugly out there all day today.
Yeah, sure would. What should we be doing right now? What kind of jobs have you got lined up for us, Jerry?
Well, Terry, we've been talking about Christmas trees all week, and I just want to go one more day and continue about, we talked about water, how important it is, and making that fresh cut. But everybody's got their own little potion they want to put in with the water to help everything. And at the end of the day, university research just shows that water alone is more important than water with sugar water or water with soda pop or whatever else you do. It doesn't matter. It's more important to keep water in it and don't let them go below that bottom of the stump so that it keeps drying it up. So check it daily, particularly in the first week or two, because it will take up a lot then. And then we'll kind of slow down a little bit. But just keep it watered, keep those fresh trees fresh, and keep them away from the heat sources, and we won't have fire hazards. So, keep those trees going.
I use year-old Mountain Dew. That works really good.
Well, as long as you don't recycle it
first. Jerry, have a good day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Jerry.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Ed Garber joining us now from Nutrien Ag. Farmers kind of wrapping things up right now, Ed, but they're spending a lot of time with their consultants, aren't they?
They are, Terry. Yep, 25 planning is fully underway. In fact, it's also meeting season. I just stepped out of a grower meeting here to jump on with you. Along that lines, Terry, I guess what I would say, if I could give a piece of advice today, is just be careful as we go into planning for 2025. Margin, there's a lot of margin pressure in 25. We heard the markets a little while ago. Just came off a big crop. So I just caution people, be careful of making knee-jerk reaction based on prices. Do your due diligence, generic versus branded. Is there a service policy? A respray on your herbicides. It's still all about making yield, right? If it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Yep, that's right. Bottom line is important, but obviously you got to get production.
Yeah, for sure. So,
all right, Ed.
Yeah, we're, hey, also wanted to just wish you everybody happy holidays and be safe out there.
Hey, thanks a lot, Ed. You too, and everybody at Nutrien. We'll talk again soon. We'll be right back with Joe Kramer from the Michigan Bean Commission. Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444. Along with us, Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission. Ed Garber from Nutrien just stepped out of a meeting. You've got some meetings coming up here, next week, Joe?
We do, Terry. Thank you. We kick things off on Monday at the Doubletree in Bay City, 9 o'clock. Got a good lineup of speakers, 3 RUP credits available, and we wrap up with lunch at noon.
And then
Tuesday we're in,
for the rest of the week, you're really all over.
Yeah, Tuesday we're up in Bad Axe at the Franklin Inn, same time frame, 9 to 12 with lunch and RUP credits, and then Wednesday we're over at McKenna's Restaurant in Lakeview, Michigan, over on the Montcalm County area. So yeah, full week. Good presentations coming.
And a lot of interest in the dry beans.
Well, we sure hope so. I talked to Neil French for a minute this morning. They're contemplating contracts, and hopefully that encourages some growers to get some seed ordered.
So again, that first one is going to be Monday in Bay City at the DoubleTree, and we'll plan on broadcasting out of there on Monday as well, Joe. So we'll see you then.
All right. Look forward to it. Thank you.
Look forward to it a lot. We'll be right back.
We could try to explain what it feels like to get your work done on a John Deere. The way a Z-Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1 Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV. But if you really want to know what it's like to run with us, you just have to get in the seat.
Contact one of Tri-County Equipment's locations in Auburn Hills, Bad Axe, Birch Run, Burton, Caro, Fenton, Lapeer, Marlette, Reese, Saginaw, or Sandusky, or visit Tri-County Equipment online at tricountyequipment.com.
Welcome to today's Merck Minute with our special guest, Dr. Todd Bilby, Director, Dairy Technical Services at Merck Animal Health. Todd, how does the Empowered Dairy portfolio from Merck Animal Health help producers achieve reproductive efficiency?
Merck Animal Health has always been committed to long-term success of their herds, and it all starts with reproductive efficiency. By leveraging, industry-leading monitoring technology with best-in-market reproductive hormones, we can really optimize reproductive performance. Producers can identify, high-fertility cows versus a cow that's less fertile, and use these reproductive hormones in a more targeted and deliberate manner with the animals that stand to benefit the most, saving producers time and money, and in the end, increasing reproductive efficiency.
That's today's Merck Minute. Learn more at empowereddairy.com.
Freeland Bee and Grain is your Dairyland seed dealer, and they've got a good supply of all the Dairyland varieties, including the new Vorseed and PowerCord Enlist traded corn hybrids. Get a hold of Justin Varner, Dairyland Seed. They've got seed with your name on it from Freeland Bean and Grain, serving you as their business. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coins in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Steve Kathan. What's been labeled a brazen targeted attack in New York City.
They are confirming it. One shot is likely. We're going to take a ride over there. We'll have boss.
Police responding to the shooting just before dawn outside a Midtown hotel that left the CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, dead. Joe Kenny is the NYPD's chief of detectives.
The shooter arrived at the location on foot about 5 minutes prior to the victim's arrival. He stands alongside the building line as numerous other people and pedestrians pass him by. The shooter steps onto the sidewalk from behind the car. He ignores numerous other pedestrians, approaches the victim from behind, and shoots him in the back. The shooter then walks toward the victim and continues to shoot.
He says the gunman made off on foot, then on an e-bike, headed into Central Park. No arrests have been made.
I'm Matt Piper in Midtown Manhattan. The street where this happened, which is West 54th Street, is totally blocked off to pedestrians and traffic. There are lots and lots of cameras and reporters here, as well as police officers.
The U.S. Supreme Court hearing arguments in a major transgender rights case, testing the legality of a Tennessee law banning gender-affirming medical care for transgender minors. Solicitor General Elizabeth Preliger.
Rather than impose measured guardrails, SB 1 bans the care outright, no matter how critical it is.
The LPGA and USGA have updated their gender policies, requiring golfers to be assigned female at birth or to have transitioned to female before going through male puberty. Pete Hegseth said this morning he has no intention of withdrawing his name as President-elect Trump's pick for defense secretary.
Not withdrawing your name from consideration, just to be clear.